Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode of the Premier Squad podcast. I'm your host, Jerome, and we're a group of guys that have come together to share our passion for the characters and stories that we have had the chance to experience so far in our lives. If you're joining us here in the beginning as we go about building our competency in this area of podcasts and video making, I just want to extend my sincere gratitude. And with that, welcome to the squad. All right, guys, welcome back as we head to our last segment of the day, Invincible, with the season finale airing this week. Once again, I'm your host, Jerome, and we have eliminated from the previous segments a couple of people. For the last one standing, I have Ken, my co-host here, and then Grinch joining us today. And I'll kind of take it away with the finale of Invincible season 4, episode 8. Man, yeah, I really appreciated this season. And once again, we'll be going over the pros and cons, favorite moments, and then as well as our score out of 10. And I guess like even on a smaller scale, I just love the kind of world building that is done inside Invincible that I think has been consistent throughout the entire series. There's just so much happening on this planet, and I really appreciate how like things can come out of nowhere and just take over an episode. So throughout the season, like Volcanica appearing, and we just have this entire. Maybe it wasn't the best episode that we were expecting to kind of just jump into hell and kind of what Mark is doing down there, and he's kind of holding these different directions, but it establishes how much life is in this universe, even while we're following the main storyline. Another thing, the Flaxons, whenever they come back and they're kind of their next attempt at taking over the world, as they come from what they've built from their previous time from trying to take their portals over. Once again, I like every time that one of these new threats comes out of somewhere, it just builds upon everything that's happening in the background while we're following Mark, while we're following Omni-Man and the Viltrumites. So I've really appreciated that. Same thing with like Titan storyline, Machine Head, Invincible Incorporated, and how that's functioned as a system early on in the season to kind of set up, oh well, Oliver gets called over to work for Titan now because they're a legitimate company that is partnered with these different businesses or Titan himself to make sure that they have support from a superhero level. I really like smaller scale superheroes. Machine Head, amazing voice actor there, and the way that he controls everything when he's on screen. I love seeing him. So like those are the small things that are kind of occurring on in the background. And then obviously the main uh, course of the entire season, Thrag. Like we could just replace all these people on here and just put a big picture of Thrag up here. We don't need Invincible. We don't need the Premier Squad. We just need Thrag and what he's done in the last 2 episodes to like solidify himself as this crazy ass, super powered Viltrumite. But then my favorite scene of what he brings to Mark in the last episode. And he's just like, hey, like I've thought this thing through. I had my thumbs in your eyes. And then I realized that it wasn't just like, I don't need to cull my entire population like I did early on when I was crazy. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to build us back up again with everybody in Earth. And because of what I posed to you on a violence threat, there's nothing you can do about it. Like there is no choice, but there is a choice. He was like
Nothing.
so particular on how the rules were going to set up. Like it was amazing to me. Um, some of the small things that came up as cons, or we can really really get into it. Yeah, once again, like the hell episode was a little bit weird. I appreciated where they're coming from with it and what it does for me, but it did feel like the episode was slow. Um, Oliver in some of his decision making and stuff like that when they're trying to set him up for success, flying in there and just instantly, getting his jaw dropped in the worst possible way. Um, and then two, I will say like just a little bit. Don't hate me for this. like Thrag's powers and what he's doing are amazing. But when like he just pulls his arm back and he just turns like it turns into a vacuum, like a black hole you're getting sucked into. Like that stuff is grandiose. And I'm wondering if I just think about it a little bit too long, I'll start to develop like, wait, can he really do that?
He did
Does
it.
that fit? Is that much different? So, but he does. So like the aura is there. I appreciate that. So not too much of that crazy stuff. Um, but yeah, I'd probably sit with this season somewhere about a 9.3 out of 10. Um, Ken, if we'd like to pass it over to you, like how are your thoughts on this season?
Oh, thank you, Jerome. Um, Overall, I thought the season was strong. Episode 7, the Thrag episodes, my favorite
Hmm.
episode of the entire show.
Yeah.
As far as positives, Thrag, of course, all the Viltrumite stuff.
Yeah.
I just, I, and then I think this leads into my biggest con with the show in its entirety. I didn't
Hmm.
really have significant cons in the two previous segments, but for this one, for me, I feel like there's a drop off when we leave the Viltrumite plot.
Okay.
And I don't they have yet to be able to close that gap. Because like when they get to the Viltrumites, I'm all in. I'm all
Yeah.
in. I'm rewatching all the fights. When it's not the Viltrumites, I'm checking Twitter every few minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, like overall, the season is still good. The show's still good. The voice acting is amazing. The action scenes are amazing, but that's a weakness for me. Far as favorite scene, I don't want to try and um, outthink the room or do too much. But of
Yep.
course, it's episode 7, Thrag, and there's a lot of there's countless moments. All of us
Hmm.
could go on and on and on. But so after Nolan gets knocked all the way back to Viltrum, Thrag comes down, and every Viltrumite's voice actor is so powerful. Like Nolan is
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons, Craig is Clancy Brown, uh, Thaddeus is
Betis.
Optimus Prime.
Yes.
Like
Yes,
so,
sir.
this is like, but for Thrag, and early on, I was like, I wasn't sure, but
Yeah.
his voice worked so well for like what he was. It wasn't
The
overly
True.
punny.
Very
confidence.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was just enough. And their conversation, just come home, Nolan, come home. And it was his delivery, and I really enjoyed their conversation.
Hmm.
Obviously, not to repeat a few things you said, Jerome, but yeah, I mean, like far as now, we can get into some, the fun stuff. I mean, like you're talking about that display of power. Sure, yeah, like
Oof.
you knock a powerful Viltrumite all the way to Viltrum, and then you knock him all the way back up to space. That's
Yeah, you
great.
really get you
And
get turned into a meteor whenever he wants you to be a
Yeah.
meteor. If you as long as if you could survive the punch, if you could survive the punch. But after that, you just get to you get a tour of the universe, just like
Jerome,
Debbie was getting.
Yeah.
buddy. Okay, all right. Side note: I am gonna go to tangent here. Do you had there not been that ring of Viltrumite bodies? I, when would Nolan have stopped? I'm convinced he would have gone out of the solar system
Forever.
and out of the galaxy. I don't
Space
like.
Would
I'm
have
not
Racer would
even
have had
being
to come
rude,
outraced.
get
Jerome.
him.
I know
No,
you
he
don't
would have
like.
outraced Space Razor. Oh, I love it. I love it.
But yeah, I mean, like again, as far as that display of power though, and like I said,
Yeah.
this obviously we have the two blows. Props to Nolan for still being in one piece after all that, and
Yeah.
still willing to hold his ideology and look
Yeah.
Thrag in the face and say, no, we're not doing that. So props to him. But okay, let's get back to Thrag. For me, it was, I mean, his battle
Yes.
speed, unbelievable. Like Nolan, you saw like openings and like literally like the direction, the game plan is, hey,
Hmm.
everybody,
Hmm.
stay by your Viltrumite
Yes.
teammates. Stay by Tech Jackets. Stay by Space Racer. Just
Yeah.
stay together. And
And
Nolan saw
who
an
didn't
opening,
listen?
and
Yeah.
Nolan didn't listen. He didn't. And Nolan took it, but it was like Nolan was moving in slow motion. Like it wasn't like Nolan almost hit him. It's like
Yeah.
he really was like a speedster in all of them. Like I don't
Yeah.
think. And again, like correct me. Okay, I'm gonna open this up now. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Premier Squad, you can chime in too. I don't think any character actually defended themselves. Like, did any of the characters block? Did any of the characters avoid? Did any of the characters get out of the way? I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure.
Nah, not one.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Not
Okay,
one.
all right. It's just you can't like before. Even Thaddeus, like Thaddeus was still in the middle of his victory thought before he got his head taken off.
Yeah.
Like at this point, like you can't like this isn't
Megatron would never.
Like we can talk about power levels and all that stuff, but I'm
Yeah.
really just stuck on the battle, like the gladiator speed. Like these
Yeah.
guys couldn't even touch him. Like they weren't even perceiving what was going on before they were getting just stomped out, man. It was like pretty unbelievable. Like, dude is really on another level. But yeah, as
Yeah.
far as like score out of 10, again, I'd probably an 8 again, only because whenever we get away from the Viltrumite plot, again, like I
Yeah.
said, it's I kind of start now. I need to get more comfortable in my couch, and other factors need to play a part. So yeah,
I respect that. I respect that. All right. I appreciate that, Ken. Grinch, over to you. Take us home.
Oh man. Wow, the pressure's on now. The pressure's on after all that. Oh man, it was a great season overall.
Hmm.
The cons are probably like all the cons that we've seen. The episode
Yeah.
4 in Hell before when it came out, I saw it before Ken, like maybe 12 hours before Ken did, and he was like,
Yeah.
"How was it?" I was like, "You don't even need to watch it." I was like, "You honestly don't." I was like, "You can really watch the last 5 minutes of it, and you'll get everything you need out of it."
That's
That's the
true. That's
biggest,
fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the biggest con. And I would say, well, now that when you mentioned Machine Head, I forgot he was in this season, and that goes to Ken's
Yeah.
point of when we're not talking about the Viltrumites, like what are we even really caring about? And
Yeah.
I forgot that whole thing, which also was another. It showed Oliver's lack of
Yep.
planning, fighting ability. Even then,
Leslie,
he
yep.
they told him, all right,
Executive functioning. Yes, sir.
yeah, they told
He
him, all
needs
right,
it.
go check on it, but don't do anything crazy. And what does he do? He doesn't listen. First strike number one, doesn't listen. Conquest, strike number two. You would think he would listen when his dad tells him, everybody, stay close,
Yep.
stay together. This is the plan. Like they said on Twitter, I'm not going to take this joke. They said on Twitter, look, man, we're supposed to be playing 2-3 zone. He went and started going ISO ball, and he got ripped up because he didn't want to listen to the plan.
Yes, sir.
So, but that like back to the original thing. Episode 4 is my only con.
Hmm.
The pros are we've all went through all of them. My
Yeah.
favorite scene, I'll say, I'll go non-thrag, non-battle is probably when Mark and Conquest fought and Mark got his guts ripped out with that infamous that Viltrumite that
Yes.
chop.
The chop. Yep.
'Cause, yeah, Mark, hey, Conquest is like, look, I'm going out, but if I'm going,
Yeah.
you're going with me.
Hmm.
And but I props to
Just held
Mark
on for
though.
dear life. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
props to Mark though for doing what he said he was going to do, and he choked the life out of him, got his guts ripped
Hmm.
out, but he took him down. And the other part of that is when he said that before the battle, I killed Conquest, I'll kill you too.
Yeah.
Adisa, Lucian, Craig, they all like, wait, whoa, wait a minute, whoa, like, is he serious? Like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he proceeded to get mopped, but that just goes to how great Thrag is. But
Yeah.
they props to him though, because when he said that, they all had to give him like, oh, okay, he's kind of serious now. We might take this battle serious.
Yeah.
And it was just that battle itself it was great. Um, Overall for the season, I'm gonna say my theme of the episodes has been the 9, so I'm gonna just
Hmm.
ride with it and give it stay with the 9. It
Okay.
it, it could have been higher, but that episode 4 just man, it was so bad to me that
Yeah.
it brought the mark down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, what
But
else? Oh, yeah, go
go
for it.
ahead. I was gonna say
Uh,
because I know we're gonna be thrag heavy, so I'm gonna come in as the other voice talking about some of the things that are happening that I really wanted to appreciate. Um, Shout out Tech Jacket's dad. She is signing up to go on this mission against Viltrumites, and maybe the dad doesn't understand this. Maybe he doesn't. But I need to get on my soapbox and talk about his parenting skills. And maybe like It's not explicitly stated, but I'm going to give him all the credit because you see him hug her and he seems just okay. Like, yeah, go save the universe. Like, you have what it takes.
Hmm.
There's no fear in him. He's happy to see her again when she comes back. And then you see her go out and you see Oliver come along with him. Same age range, right? Same age group. And what does Tech Jacket do? She listens. She understands and she has a field trip. She gets to experience this and know what her limitations are. So I'm going to give it to Tech Jacket's dad. I want to appreciate him because Oliver should have did the same thing. Used it as a learning experience, supported where he could, used his skills to what was available. But instead, his jaw's gone, and now he's in a Super Saiyan, a Saiyan back to tank, healing up again. So shout out Tech Jacket's dad because I was scared for her. He wasn't, but you could see what he's put into his parenting with her and the love and everything. Oh my God, like I love that. She went on a field trip. She got to experience all that, get the battle experience, and come back in one piece and get to like play some games with Alan.
Yeah.
Um,
Another
mhm.
quick thing, real quick.
Yep.
Quick moment that I like that just popped into my head was
Yep.
before the battle when they're all in the lunchroom or whatever, and they're all talking about their final meals. And then
Yeah.
my boy Battle Beast, they're like going over what they want, and Battle Beast is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna dine on my own blood because probably gonna die, and if it'll be glorious because it'll be the last thing I drink, or it'll be my opponent's blood. Either way." And they're all just looking at him like, uh,
Yeah. Turn him into a
"Okay, all
caricature. Like his,
right."
yeah, it's great. It's great.
Funny
Um,
moment.
Jerome,
um,
like just
Go
to,
ahead.
I think we can unpack that a little bit more.
Okay.
I don't know if there's something wrong with Oliver. Forgive me, but like maybe just his brain and the way he processes things. Maybe he just processes things as just much like life isn't as short,
Yeah.
and maybe that's because he comes from that species. But I really
Yes.
think it's
Hmm.
something with his genetic. It's something in him, like where it's. I don't
Yeah.
think he comprehends really the longevity of life.
Yeah. Just like I
And
don't know. Just like I don't know, like Rocky in Project Hail Mary, they have no idea what radiation is. Maybe he has no idea what
Yeah.
self-preservation is, and
well,
he needs to be taught that.
that's that's funny, but that is 100% the realest thing. Yeah, you said all. Yeah, that's good. Yep,
Yep.
yep. Because
And I
Yep.
think real quick, I think it's also a thing of, I mean, we forget
Hmm.
he's 13, but he's really probably about like eight, maybe like eight, because
Yeah.
his, half his genes, they grow really, really rapidly. The Viltrumite gene go really, really slow. So
Yeah.
mentally, I mean, physically, he may be like 13, 14, but
Yeah.
mentally, he's probably closer to around maybe like 10. So he has no
Hmm.
fear, which is good in some cases, but he also has no discernment. So
Yes. No
it's just all like,
self-preservation. Yep.
yeah, none. So that's, I think,
okay, gosh.
and they don't even outline it in the comics either, but it's just something like that. Like he mentally he has to be like a little
Hmm.
bit younger than what he physically is.
That's a good point. And I think Thrag, again, it's the Lee Pace's delivery too. The way that he looked Oliver up and down. Basically, you're a failed experiment. And he told Mark, he said that, he was no brother to you. Like
Mm-hmm. Yep.
you are what is supposed to be the outcome of us, breeding. He is a failed experiment. That's it. And then I just loved his delivery, the way he cooked everybody. And again, it's just
Hmm.
love his voice and his delivery. But
Yeah.
back
And
to
then
you
like,
guys.
yeah, right. I mean, right down to one of his last lines to Mark. Let me explain your future to you. It's the hardest. It's such a hard line. It's such a hard line. Like there's no. This isn't about killing you. So like you can try and get another impact frame on my skull, which he tried to once he was finally an actual person in front of him, as opposed to his anxiety, which is actually really quickly. Um, and another amazing thing is they did such a great job of portraying what anxiety and fear and PTSD he has from Thrag. And every single time he was like, oh no, this person that I'm next to right now is getting killed by him. And
Yeah.
the effects and like going the in and out of it being fuzzy was another amazing touch that only Thrag could provide.
And then it really was Thrag. I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
Tried to get another impact frame like we had with the true devil of the series popping up for a
Yeah.
brief moment in
He
time.
was like he was just wiping his eyes like, oh, Shit,
He's still
damn
there.
it.
He's
That's
still
the
there.
actual Ghostface. Yeah.
There's no warning system that they try to set up with Cecil.
He was
His
just like,
mom's
damn.
enjoying the view of the planet, and her son is standing in front of Thrak
I'll give him his
at the same
props though.
moment in time.
Once he figured out it was him, he was just like, well, fuck it. It's go time. Like I have no choice
Hmm.
now. And he
Yeah,
went after it. But I
yeah,
mean, he gave it his all. He gave it his all. And then Thrav was basically like, are you done? Are
yeah,
you done yet? Like
yeah,
I can if you really want to do this. That was the
yeah,
other part that I really loved. When
yeah.
Mark made his decision, Thrag
Yes,
was not distraught, but he was disappointed.
yeah,
He was really disappointed because he was hoping that Mark would be like, all right, well, I'm gonna go. And then he just
yeah.
like looked at him like, oh, all right, well, this
Mutual
is what we're
destruction.
gonna
It
do then.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
it's
and
so funny too because like, did Lucan like how much money was Lucan making? He was already on Wall Street somewhere. Was he making six figures at that point? How long have the Viltrumites been there? Like this man was already. So we had someone in a biker gang about to join our boys in True Detective. Like, what's
yeah,
going on? Like they're already invested into our culture,
yeah.
already making money. Um, and then another small thing that I didn't really care for was Debbie's interaction with Omni Man, with Nolan. I thought kind of dragged on too long, but I felt like it was kind of like a real conversation that they both had to have. Um, but once again, going into the world, another positives, the world building here, everything that happened while they were gone, I really appreciated that. From an animated, like I know I'm gonna talk about I'm gonna talk about Adam Eve gaining weight. This isn't a female thing. I'm talking about from the animation perspective. I feel like we are not able to see changes in character design
Yeah,
throughout a series, and they did a really
yeah.
good job. Like the growth of Oliver and stuff like that, but allowing a character to gain weight, and then everything that she had to process, everything, all the words that she spoke to Mark when he came back, I thought were perfectly chosen for the abortion and what she had to handle after he left and how it had the impact on her and losing her powers. That was amazing dialogue from them. And then two, Debbie as well, separating from
Gangster.
Paul. Yes. Separating from Paul, and his kind of like, hey, you're a part of this war too. I'm the real human here. You're connected to this way more than I am, way more than other humans are. So those things that have occurred off planet once again speak to the depth that this show has in terms of world building. So I just really wanted to touch on that.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, Debbie's a real life gangster. Like
Hmm.
she put Omni Man in his place when he came back, and when she left, she's like, "I'm going, and there's nothing you're gonna do about it.
Unquestioned. Yeah.
Like, take me to the ship now. I'm going. Like, I'm sick of this. This is it's my time to really step into this." And that
Hmm.
was much appreciated. And the cool part is like, I know it's a cartoon and everything, and it's
Yeah.
animated, but the fact that her and Paul can like it was shown two adults who just didn't work out
Yeah.
and for greater reasons, but it just didn't work out. You know, she couldn't be there for him, and he knew it, and it wasn't any animosity. They still worked together, which is crazy. They still
Yeah.
work together, and they're just like, hey, you know what? It just we tried, we gave it a go, but we're better off as friends, and that was
Yeah.
just cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'd
to
been
that
cool to see
point,
them
I
all
mean,
in one moment. Go ahead.
after you, Jerome,
No, no, no. That was it. I just one line. Go ahead.
because to that point, like, and Debbie might articulate this otherwise, but at some point, being a superhero and all that stuff matters. Like, and I assume that her and Nolan will get very close on that long 2 week,
Here we
you know,
go.
ship ride all the way back to, whatever the other planet's called.
Yeah, he reached his
I'm
hand out. I
like,
was like,
also,
"Hey, put that shit down, Nolan. Get your hand down. Get your hand down. Save that for season 5."
I mean, for as great as Paul is, he's as ordinary as they come. I mean, like literally,
Yeah.
like Nolan was flying her to Paris and back for her work lunch. At some point, that stuff does matter. I know he's a great guy, and I know he's still there to comfort her as a friend. But
What?
now,
Makes bomb spaghetti.
I was about to say he was Oliver's last meal, right? I think it was Oliver's last
Yeah.
meal.
Yep.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
respect. Yeah, put
yeah.
respect on Paul's name. The one
Does he
and
have
only.
Debbie still or no?
No, he doesn't.
But then I guess just one last thing that I'll say too, Grinch, to your
Yeah.
point. Like I think the conversation, and then to build also on your point, Josh,
Hmm.
I was worried that Mark was gonna overly react to the abortion comment. I was literally like terrified, like,
Yeah.
here we go. She's gonna dip into CW, 8 o'clock time slot, but it didn't. Like Mark, and again, like two adults, like
Yes.
she opened up. She said, like you weren't here. I didn't know what was gonna go. And then Mark's, took,
Yeah. I didn't want to put you in that mindset.
yeah, which makes a lot of sense. And Mark didn't, like blame her. He blamed himself, but it wasn't. It just
Yeah.
didn't get artificial, which
Yeah.
is what we see a lot of times. So I liked it.
Um, and then yeah, like we can't end on anything but the rag. So I mean, I don't know what other moments we can pull out of like everything, but I just want to say like the Viltrumites have that Hitler-esque Nazi personality to them. Um, but they were willing to call themselves too. And at some level, like I have respect for that. Like that is insane that they're sitting there talking with Thaddeus when like he's first on his Assassin's Creed mission, right before he takes out their previous leader. And he talks about like, okay, we got like we're culling all these different societies, 25%, 30% of their population, just going by the numbers. And to double down on that on your own civilization after after Thetis betrayed everything, like I've so much respect for Thrag in terms of his thought process, his simple thought process at that time to what it's turned into now. Um, is there any other Thrag scenes that we need to talk about?
But just to
Uh,
add to that, just to add to
Yeah.
that too, like um the Viltrumite minds again, like these are
Hmm.
extraterrestrials. They may look like us, they can come live amongst us, but they are not us. Like even Thaddeus's perspective and approach is still very Viltrumite-esque. I mean,
Yeah.
let's say this out loud. Like Thaddeus and Nolan took, this infinite ray and shot it through like the planet and literally blew up
Yes.
their entire planet. And Thaddeus
Yes.
is like, ready to get again, to give a Optimus Prime victimus or victory speech. Like these,
Hmm.
like the thought process of Viltrumites is very much different, like than ours, like from Thrags and them to Thaddeus. So it's interesting to see like those Viltrumite tendencies still be very resourceful and
mhm.
useful, and also like the other side winning because again, you nuke someone's planet. Like, and this dude's,
Yeah.
this guy has like audio messages for Alan to use the
Yep.
virus on like
Yep.
the last
Yeah.
25 of them. Like
Yep.
he wants
Yep.
them exterminated. He
Yep.
wants all of them exterminated. And
That's
you can
exactly what I was about to say. It's like even then, even in the grave, he's still like, no, we have to get rid of all of them. Like all of us have got to go.
Hmm.
Every single one of them. And he's
Um,
putting Alan in a tough spot, man. He's putting
yeah.
Alan in a real tough spot.
As he has like he's on the Zoom call with all the other nations, and he just has the destroyed remnants of their hull behind
Yeah.
him. That's so funny. I just I love that stuff. I love that stuff. But yeah, I think like the final point I just want to touch upon, like I just us our age group, to grow up with Batman the animated series and Justice League Unlimited, and now to see that animated style transition over to what we've got with Invincible is just like amazing. So, like it's just I just want to appreciate the what Western animation has done from our childhood to today. You know, with Thrag in particular.
Yeah.
But
Space Freddie Mercury.
yeah, and then
I mean,
go ahead, Ken.
and like to your earlier point, which I get, like, someone winds up and they create like a gravitational, like, wormhole, or that is very anime-esque, but I
Hmm.
think it's really cool just to see, some of the animated shows on the West like adopt some of those uh animated um tactics, because I think
Yeah,
it really
even
gets that respect
when he
out.
did it to Mark, when he fucking rage demon headbutted Mark's fist, and you got the demon, like the demon face. They flash it real quick. Like I'm a Street Fighter guy. I was like, oh, that's super Akuma.
Mm, yes.
Like
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yep. Yep. But yeah, I think with that, I think the question I want to pose to um, our viewers is honestly, like, how much money is Lucan making on Wall Street right now? I think that is the question that I really want to know. No, but seriously, this is really a
Great
question
question.
because there's only one choice. As Mark, would you take Thrag's deal?
You got to.
Yep, you got to. But yeah, with
Yeah,
that,
you have no
I
choice.
yes, sir. Appreciate your guys' time here. Thank you very much for taking this ride alongside us. This ride with Invincible. Um, yeah, season 4 was amazing. And I'm so happy that we got an opportunity to really experience that and come together as a team and talk about it at this moment in time for our first episode. We got to end it with the Invincible finale and what Thrag was able to do in the last 2 episodes. So thank you guys very much, and I appreciate you. We'll talk with you soon. Bye bye.